Nice. Welcome to this lesson. This lesson is special words which both function as an adjective and adverbs. So I think these are the very important words which we use contextually. Maybe a word may function as an adjective and a word may be also used or functioned as an adverb, because we depend on the context or the situation that we use this kind of words in both cases, all right? So what are the situations here? Let's discuss this word by giving some more clear examples. So the first words are well, which is, this is an adjective form of well, and well here is, this is an adjective and this one is what? An adverb. So well is an adverb. It is functioned as or modifies as an adjective, another adverb, and verbs, since it is an adverb, right? የዛሬው የሌሰናችን በተለይ በተወሰኑ ወርዶች ላይ ነው የምናየው። እነዚህ ወርዶች አይዘር አድጀክቲቭም ሆነ ያገለግላሉ፣ አድቨርብም ሆነው እንጠቀምባለን፣ ወይም ስም ገላጭ ወይም ተውሳከ ግስ ሆነው እንጠቀምባቸዋለን። ይሄን ለመጠቀም ደግሞ የምንጠቀምበት የምንገልጸው አረፍተ ነገር ይወስናቸዋል ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ዌልን ስናነሳ በዋናነት መነሻው ምንድነው? ግድ ነው። ግድ ስንል አድጀክቲቭ ነው። ስለዚህ አድጀክቲቭ ከሆነ ደግሞ ስምን ይገልጻል ማለት ነው። ዌል ስንል is an adverb ነው። አድቨርብ ከሆነ ደግሞ ምን አይነት አረፍተ ነገሮችን ልንጠቀም እንችላለን? ምሳሌዎችን እየሰጠን ለምሳሌ here the first example, she speaks English here. She speaks English well, and he drives or he plays the piano. Yes, he plays the piano well. Look, this example is here. These two examples modify the adverb well. It doesn't just modify about the subject or the course English or the language English, and it doesn't signify about musical instrument piano, but how he plays the piano. Thus, if we just underline this word, this answers the question, how does he play the piano? Well. How does he play the piano? Well. So this word is functioned as an adverb. ይሄን ጥያቄ የሚመልስ ከሆነ ይሄ ቃል አገልግሎቱ እንደ አድቨርብ ነው። ምክንያቱም የሱን የፒያኖ አጫዋወት የሚገልጽ ከሆነ ቨርቡን ነው ሞዲፋይ የሚያደርገው ማለት ነው። ቨርቡን I speak English well. So I speak English well. Well is an adverb which modifies about my speaking performance. My speaking performance, not I myself. ስለነኝነተ ሳይሆን የኔ የእንግሊዘኛ አነጋገር ፐርፎርማንስ ነው የሚገልጸው well. All right? He plays football very well. ስንል very intensifying adverb ነው። both የሚገልጸው ማለት ነው well ነው። well የሚገልጸው ማለት ነው how he plays the football. How he plays football. So this word is still ምንድነው ማለት ነው? adverb ነው. For she speaks English well. The same example here. ይሄንን ምሳሌ እስኪ እንውሰድና በአድጀክቲቭ ላይ እንስራው። Yes. He just says he plays he is a very good or a good player. A very good player. Yes. She's or he's good actor. Or yeah, he is a good teacher. Yes, a good teacher. እነዚህ ምሳሌዎች ያቸው እስኪ sentence are very common. Yeah, he is a very good player. A very good. This one is an intensifying adverb. It gives emphasis about the player, right? Very good. ይሄ intensifying adverb emphasis የሚሰጠው ይሄንን adjective ነው, all right? So ይሄ adjective ደግሞ የሚገልጸው ማለት ነው ይሄንን personal pronoun እንለዋለን, player ነው. So this ነው personal pronoun. Yeah, this is a noun, personal noun ነው. ስለዚህ good የሚገልጸው ማለት ነው player ነው ማለት ነው, all right? player ነው. So ለምሳሌ he is good, he he speaks good ብንል look here he speaks good this example yeah he speaks good ብንል ይሄን አረፍተ ነገር እስኪ ይዩት he speaks good does this sentence give meaning sense no it doesn't give sense because this word is placed in a wrong place so it makes the sentence wrong incomplete all right ይሄ ወቃል ያለ ቦታው የገባ ቃል ነው አረፍተ ነገሩ ምን አደረገው ሴንስለስ አሰጠው ትርጉም አሰጠው ምክንያቱም ይሄ አረፍተ ነገር የሚፈልገው ምንድነው an adverb ነው yes an adverb which modifies about his speaking style all right how he speaks english how he speaks spanish how he speaks a kind of language so this word is a wrong place because the statement needs a kind of adverb even when you read this sentence he speaks good meaningless it doesn't give sense so the problem happens from the wrong positions of this word good so we cannot use good on this way please here simply አረፍተ ነገሩን ስናይ ራሱ ትርጉም ሊሰጠን አይችልም ምክንያቱም ትርጉምን ያሳጣው ይሄ ቃል ያለ ቦታው መግባቱ ነው እዚህ ጋር ስመጣ he is a very good place and very good ይሄን ነው የሚገልጸው good ማን ነው የሚገልጸው ይሄንን ፐርሰናል ነው የሚገልጸው player he is a good actor good which is an adjective it modifies about the noun actor he ለምሳሌ he is well actor or he is actor well impossible we cannot say ምክንያቱም ይሄ መገለጽ የሚገባው እንደዚህ አይነት adjectives ነው descriptive words ናቸው እነዚህ adjectives ያ he is a good teacher ብትል of course ትክክል ነው this word modifies about what the noun teacher right for instance he is a well teacher no well teacher incomplete impossible nonsense sentence so the word that we use well is an adverb and good is an adjective this example shows about the different uses of well and good right በዚህ ኮንቴክስት well እና good እንጠቀምባቸዋለን ስለዚህ ቶታሊ ምንድነው ይሄ an adverb ነው ምለው adverb ነው ብለን ነው የምናስቀምጠው ያ for instance ያ adverb ከሆነ እንደዚህ እንጠቀም እንችላለን ይሄን ቃል for instance yeah well dressed yes yeah well dressed and here well paid and here well informed or well informed or well furnished look these words hello look these words what are these words please here well dressed which is the past participle of forms of the word dress he dressed she dresses and paid well paid past participle and this informed past participle and furnished past participle so well go is the past participle she is well dressed yes she is well dressed meaningful she is well dressed I think she has a birthday she has her friend's birthday well dressed her dress the dress that she wears is very smart new colorful and a nice texture so I can say so well dressed mean which she wears unusual clothes well dressed unusual clothes because there is a ceremony all right and here well paid this is the past participle form of the word pay so well paid he is so the person is the well paid so he enjoys his life well and here well informed he got full information well informed he got full information so everything is clear to him so he will do according to the information that he got well informed means nothing is beyond him or beyond her everything is clearly forwarded to him or her well informed means so he will do or she will do based on the information that he got or she got well informed acceptable sentence all right the other one well furnished the house is well furnished it's beautiful it's more so decorated so I like the house more well furnished mean there is just very smart attractive costly furnitures are in the bedroom in the house well furnished so this well can go with past participle and it gives meaning all right it gives meaning so this is the second example So you can just put an yes here, insert a kind of participle, and make your own examples. Yeah. The other, well, sometimes is an adjective. Yes, well is an adjective. Well is an adjective. Yeah. I'm very well. It says. Look here. I'm well. I'm very well. I'm very well. Yes, just very well. How are you today? Just very well. How are you today? Very well. Just very well. Well by itself is an adjective. What does good mood and good condition well mean, right? How is everything? Very well, thank you. Not very well. So this well refers not an adjective, not an adverb, but it's an adjective. So its meaning is very nice, a good mood, a good condition. So well has sometimes such function, please. Yeah, such function. So this is well mean. So we can just use well on this context, please. ስለዚህ well በዚህ ኮንቴክስት ላይ መጠቀም እንችላለን። በዋናነት እነዚህ አገልግሎቶች አሉ። sometimes well ደግሞ እንዲህ የሚገልጽ ከሆነ እንደ adjective አንዳንድ ጊዜ ልጠቀምበት እንችላለን። ስለዚህ well ስል very nice, very good condition, good mood, right way ለማለት ነው well ስንጠቀምበት። so possible ነው. yeah, fine. Let's pass to the next one, please. Here, fast, hard, and late. These three words are unique words. Unique words, yeah. Unique words means we use this fast, hard, and late both an adjective and what? An adverb. Adverb and what? An adjective, yes. እነዚህ ሶስት ቃሎች ልዩነታቸው ምንድነው? በብታ ያምታቱን አረፍተ ነገር ስንሰራ ስለዚህ ቦዝ as an adjective እንጠቀማለን እንደ ስም ገላጭ ካልሆነ ደግሞ እንደ ተውሳከ እንደ adverb እንጠቀምባቸዋለን። ለምሳሌ yes, he couldn't manage the just the wheel, yeah, the car, the bus. He drives what? He drives fast. Look here. He's a fast driver. One example. He's the old man. The old man is a hard worker. Yeah. And here, the student studies hard. So he will achieve his goal. Let's do these examples, please. እነዚህ ምሳሌዎች እናያቸው እስኪ። The use of this hard. One is hard here, fast here. What is the function of fast here? He couldn't manage the bus. He drives fast. So the function of this word is what? An adverb, right? Couldn't manage the bus and then በጣም በፍጥነት እያሽከረከረ ነው። ስለዚህ መሪውን መቆጣጠር አልቻለም። ለምንድነው ያልቻለ? he drives fast. ስለዚህ fast ስንል እሱን ሳይሆን ወይም ባሱን አውቶቡሱን ሳይሆን ማን ነው እየገለጸ ያለው? how he drives, right? this verb ነው እየገለጸ ያለው። ይሄን verb ነው እየገለጸ ያለው። ስለዚህ ይሄን ከገለጸ ይሄ ምንድነው ማለት ነው? adverb ነው ማለት ነው። በቃ yeah, he couldn't manage the bus. in case እንኳ questions ቢሆን yes, he couldn't fast. አንዳንድ ጊዜ fast ስንል fastly እንል እንችላለን። no fastly, no, we cannot say fastly. it doesn't have an ly አይደለም እሱ። both the same form, different parts of speech. the same form, different parts of speech ማለት ፎርም አንድ አይነት ነው፣ part of speech ግን የተለያየ ነው የሚሆነው። ስለዚህ ይሄን ሰንተንስ ማየት እንችላለን። ለምሳሌ እዚህ ጋር he is a fast driver. So the position or the structure of the sentence is different, and also because of the different meaning here, because this word doesn't modify the verb, doesn't modify the speaker, but it modifies about what? The driver. So this one is a noun, please here. This is a noun. So this adjective modifies the noun driver, absolutely. So fast here and here is fast. Different purpose. This is the use of fast, both an adverb and an adjective. He the fast speaker, he speaks fast. His English is fast, so his accent is also difficult, so I can't understand what he's saying. He speaks fast. He speaks fast means the word fast modifies about how he speaks, the verb he speaks. So I cannot just copy what is the teacher is saying. Memory የሚለውን copy ማድረግ አልቻልኩም because he speaks fast. His ways of approaching, his ways of presenting or speaking is fast. Because of this reason, I can't cope the lesson, the expression, the content that the teacher is talking, all right? This is fast mean. So I can find such kind of meanings whenever we use fast as an adverb. Yes, he's a fast speaker. The teacher is a fast speaker. Fast speaker. So the word fast modifies about the personal noun speaker. Look here, speaker is a personal noun. So it simply modifies or emphasizes about a noun. So fast has different function. በዚህ ኮንቴክስት ፋስት የተለያየ አጠቃቀም አለው ማለት ነው። Yes, የተለያየ አጠቃቀም አለው ማለት ነው fast. And the other one here is the old man is a hard worker, hard also. አንዳንድ ጊዜ ሃርደር ልንል እንችላለን ሃርድሊ ምናምን ሃርድሊ ምንል ከሆነ ሌላ ትርጉም ነው የሚሰጠን ፋስትሊ በፍጹም ልንል አይንችልም ፋስትሊ አባልም ስህተት ነው ቅድም ብያለሁ እዚህ ጋር ፋስትሊ ብለን መግለጽ አንችልም እንደ አረፍተ ነገር ሁኔታ the same form አለ በተለያየ ኮንቴክስት እንጠቀማለን ነው ዛስ ሃርድ ስንል ሃርድሊ ምንል ከሆነ ፖዚቲቭ ትርጉሙ ወደ ኔጌቲቭ ተቀየረ ማለት ነው yes so hard here which is positive the old man is a hard worker look here the old man is a hard worker the old man hard worker so this word is an adjective and it modifies about this word worker which is personal noun and it is true right ልክ ነው ስለዚህ የሚገልጸው ማን ነው ማለት ነው ይሄን ይገልጽልናል ማለት ነው the students study hard the students study hard so here study hard so they will look here they will so they will achieve their goal yes their goal look here study hard so they will achieve their goal ስለዚህ hard ስንል የሚገልጸው ምንድነው ተማሪዎቹን ሳይሆን ማን ነው መግለጽ የሚገባው ይሄንን ነው የነሱን ምክንያቱም ጠንክረው ስላጠኑ ግባቸውን ማሳካት ይችላሉ ጠንክረው ስላጠኑ hard ጠንክሮ ስላጠኑ they use their whole time they spend their whole time studying their lesson so they will achieve their goal study hard means they'll do energetically right energetically so they will achieve their goal yeah so this hard modifies about their study it means study ስለዚህ ሁለቱም በዚህ መልክ he works hard ለምሳሌ እንደዚህ ብለን he works hard look here he works hard and a hard worker man yes a hard worker simply a kind of word a hard worker yeah a hard worker phrase he works hard a hard worker yeah this word an adverb and it modifies works verb ነው እየገለጸ ያለው a hard worker ስንል which is phrase ነው hard modify የሚያደርገው ማን ነው worker የሚለውን personal noun ነው worker የሚለውን personal noun ነው so you can just use hard on this way you can just make your own examples this fast hard as an adjective and an adverb I can work hard adverb I can work hard adverb I'm a hard worker I am a hard worker teacher hard worker so an adjective possible acceptable meaningful this is the use of hard here the same is true for lateም የነዚህ አይነት ስራ ነው እየሰራ ያለው late comer ለምሳሌ you are one of the late comer yeah you are one of the late comer student look here now after ነገር you are one of the late comer students yeah so late comer students so it is just used as an adjective yes ስለምንድን ነው የሚገልጸው እዚህ ጋር እነዚህ ዘግይተው የሚወጡ ተማሪዎች ናቸው ዘግይቶ የሚመጡ ተማሪ ዘግይቶ የምትመጣ ተማሪ አንዱ ዘግይቶ የምትመጣው ተማሪ ነህ የዘግይቶ የሚመጣውን ተማሪ ነው እየገለጸልኝ ያለው ይሄ ስለዚህ እንደም ተጠቀምንበት ማለት ነው እንደ adjective ተጠቀምንበት ማለት ነው እንደ adjective ተጠቀምንበት ማለት ነው ያ በጣም ጥሩ yes the first sense here I'm late አሁንም እንደም ተጠቀምኩበት I'm late here I'm late an adjective here just belated ለምሳሌ you are belated here you are belated anyway just use this late as an adjective and an adverb please an adjective and an adverb let's the next part that we'll try to see is this the word especially for what hardly yeah what does hardly mean ቅድም hardly ስንል የሃርድ adverb form ነው አይደለም ሌላ ትርጉም ይሰጠናል ነው ያልነው አይደለ hardly ማለት look here very little ለማለት ነው hardly mean very little or almost not ማለት ነው very little or almost not for here I hardly speak English so I can't communicate here I can't communicate with the natives look this example here I hardly speak English so I can't communicate with the natives yeah why I can't communicate with the natives because my speaking is not very well I speak little my communication is so poor because of presenting very little all right or almost no understanding of the subject the language itself my communication with the speaker of the language is poor so this is look here I hardly speak English means I can't speak English with I can't fluently with the natives so I can communicate with them I hardly speak English mean I cannot speak English very well so I can hear hey ማለት I cannot speak English very well ማለት ነው ይሄ ማለት ያ በትክክል እንግሊዘኛ መናገር አልችልም I hardly speak ካልኩኝ yes I hardly speak English ካልኩኝ በትክክል እንግሊዘኛ መናገር አልችልም ስለዚህ ከቋንቋው ተናጋሪዎች ጋር መግባባት አልችልም ነው hardly yes another example yeah she hardly plays a piano so she'll not be member of the club yes the night club here look the second example yeah she hardly plays a piano means she can't play a piano very well she almost doesn't have or she doesn't have any skill to play a piano if she doesn't have any skill to play a piano she will not be member of the club or she will not be member of the night club hardly plays a piano which is negative almost very little skill or very little ability of playing a piano doesn't invite her to become member of the night club absolutely right so hardly has almost negative meaning all right negative meaning so it's not the adverb forms of hard hard adverb form አይደለም hardly ይሄን implied meaning አለው ይሄ implied meaning አለው yeah the other one is here yeah and he hardly look here he hardly get a job and just lead his family yes lead his family no he hardly just get a job means he almost do not get a job yeah hardly get a job so he cannot manage or he cannot lead his family right or he cannot send his children in a better school hardly get or hardly find a job because of a number of graduates in the country does make the problem worse and worse. All right. So he hardly get a job means he doesn't get a job with me, right? ስለዚህ hardly ይሄ ትርጉም አለው። ይሄን ትርጉም ሊሰጠን ይችላል hardly. Look the examples here. We hardly know each other. We know each other very little. So we don't have any intensive communication with him. We hardly know each other means we do not meet very often. We do not meet very often every day because we hardly know each other. We hardly know each other, right? We hardly know each other mean, right? ስለዚህ በደንብ አንተዋወቅም ካልተዋወቅ ነው በየቀኑ አንገናኝም ማለት ነው። ጠለቅ ያለ ግንኙነት የለንም ማለት ነው። Yeah. So she hardly spoke to me. You know, she hardly spoke to me. She speaks very little. Almost she doesn't speak to me. Yeah, she doesn't speak because we do not know each other or we haven't known each other before. She hardly spoke to me means she doesn't speak to me because she doesn't know me before, right? Or she didn't know me before or we haven't known each other so far. So she hardly spoke to me. I hardly ask a question to my teacher. I hardly ask a question to my teacher means I'm afraid I don't have any intimacy with my teacher or I respect my teacher so I cannot ask questions to my teacher, right? I hardly ask questions to my teacher means I almost know asking of questions to my teacher, right? ፈርቼውም ሊሆን ይችላል ያከበርኩትም ሊሆን ይችላል. I hardly ask my questions to my teacher almost አልጠይቀውም ማለት ነው. almost ጥያቄ አልጠይቀውም ማለት ነው. hardly it means yeah. He hardly tried to find a job. He can't find a job. If he tries maybe just a very little time for searching job, right? Very little ማለት he hardly find a job almost ስራ አላገኘም ምክንያቱም ማስታወቂያ ላይ ያነብ ይችላል ምናምን የራሱ ችግር ሊኖር ይችላል anyway he hardly find a job ስንል almost ስራ አላገኘም ነው ሴንሱ ይሄ ነው hardly ትርጉሙ hardly very little or almost not. These examples what I'm saying are the very clear which makes the meaning of hardly. The meaning of hardly. Fine. Nice. Let's pass. Hardly and hard and hardly. They are different. Hard which is both an adjective and an adverb. And this one is not an adverb which is different from the word hard. ከዚህ ይለያል ልዩነቱን ነው የምናየው. Look here. He tried hard to find a job but he had no luck. Tried hard means positive meaning. I studied hard so I'm successful. I studied hard so I'm successful. Study hard. I invest my time. I use my time. I use my study plan so I am really successful. Positive meaning. I hardly study my lesson so I'm not successful. Yeah? I hardly study my lesson. I do not spend my time. I do not have any study plan. I do not just take self-responsibility for my study, so I will not be successful. So, which is different from that of hard. Hardly means I do not invest my time in studying my lesson. Hardly. He hardly operates a new business. He hardly operates a new business. As a result, his business remains decline, right? Hardly operates አዲስ ስራ almost መክፈት አልቻለም ስለዚህ ቢዝነሱ ምን እያለ ሄደ እየቀነሰ he works hard he operates a new business and he will be productive ጠንክሮ ይስራል አዳዲስ ቢዝነሶችን ስራዎችን ከፈተ ስለዚህ ውጤታማ ሆነ hardly completely are different completely I'm hard speaker so I can convince to someone hard speaker I'm hard speaker so I can convince someone ጠንከር አድርጌ እናገራለሁ ሰዎችን ማሳመን እችላለሁ yes I hardly speak someone so I can't convince them yes I hardly speak someone so I hardly speak so I can't convince someone hardly speak means my speech or my speaking is almost poor, so I can't convince someone. So that's a difference, all right? የኔ ንግግር ሁኔታ ጠንከር ያለ አይደለም, almost very poor ነው. ስለዚህ ሰዎችን ማሳመን አልችልም. hardly speak ካልኩኝ almost I don't speak or I can't speak ለማለት ነው. ካልተናገርኩ ደግሞ ማሳመን አልችልም, መግለጽ የምፈልገውን ነገር ልገልጽ አይችልም ማለት ነው. This example really shows about the different uses of hard and hardly. So they are completely different, yes? Hardly means very little, almost not. Very little. Hard, which is positive. Hard means energetic, remarkable, elegant, hard, positive meaning. So they are different still. So they are different. The other this example is also modifies or gives some examples this to identify about hardly and hardly. Hardly any, hardly anybody, hardly anyone, hardly what? Anything, hardly nothing. An acceptable structure of the word hardly. ስለዚህ hardly እነዚህን ይወስዳል. hard any አንልም. ሃሎ hard any ለምሳሌ hard any ብል ይሄ wrong ነው. yes hardly any yes hardly any ይሄ right ነው. ይሄው hardly any አይሆንም. ምክንያቱም ይሄ ቃል ምንድነው ያልኩት? ፖዚቲቭ ሚኒንግ ነው ያለው። ይሄ ምንድነው ያልኩት? ኔጌቲቭ ነው። ከማን ጋር ይሄዳል? ከነዚህ ኢንዴፊኒት ፕሮናውኖች ጋር ይሄዳል። ሴም ሚኒንግ ዊዝ very little ከምን ጋር ተመሳሳይ ነው? very little ነው። ያ ይሄ እንደዚህ ብንጠቀም የሚሰጠን ትርጉም ተመሳሳይ ነው ከመጀመሪያው hardly any here. So the exam was very difficult. Hardly anybody passed. Hardly anybody, because of the difficultiness of the exam, hardly anybody means almost very few students could pass the exam. Very few means almost maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that, all right? Hardly anybody passed means very few students can pass the exam because the exam was difficult. I have hardly any money to buy it. I have hardly any money to buy it means, just I have very little money, so I can buy it. Yes, very little money, any money, so I can buy it. And the other one, she hardly said anything. She said almost very little things, yeah? Here, Malat, she said very little thing, yeah. She said very few things, yeah? Very few things. Very few things. Hardly any said anything mean. Hardly anything, which are the same meaning with what? Very little. Very little. I have hardly met anyone. Yes, I have hardly met anyone. Let me just write. I have hardly. Look this one. I have hardly met anyone. Yes. I have hardly met anyone. ምን ማለት ነው ማለት? I have hardly met anyone means I have hardly met anyone. I'm alone. Yes, so I'm alone. Yeah, ማለት ነው ይሄ. I have hardly met anyone means almost ከማንም ጋር ተገናኘው ማለት ነው. Yeah. I have hardly met anyone means I'm alone. I'm alone means almost ከማንም ጋር አልተገናኘም። ምናልባት ወይ አንድ ሰው ሊሆን ይችላል። መገናኘት ሲባል 3 4 5 6 ሰው ጋር ስትገናኝ ነው። I have hardly met anyone means I'm alone. Almost I'm alone. Meeting with a person is not meeting with so many people, right? I'm alone is means. So the implied meaning is here I'm alone. I have hardly met anyone. Very few people I meet. Very few people I meet. So this is hardly any, hardly anybody, hardly anything. Yes, I have hardly eat. No, eaten. I have hardly eaten anything. So I feel tired. Look here, hardly eaten anything. What does this mean? Yeah, look here. I have hardly eaten anything this time. So I feel what? I feel tired, yeah. I have hardly eaten anything. Almost ምንም ነገር አልበላሁም ነው። Yeah. almost ስለዚህ ደከመኝ ነው መጨረሻ ሪዘልቱ እንደሚሆነው so I feel tired. I have hardly eaten anything means maybe just I almost eat nothing. I almost maybe just there is some food but it doesn't satisfy me. ምናልባት የተወሰነ ቀምሼ ሊሆን ይችላል ነገር ግን አላረካኝም ድክመቴን ረሃቤን አልቀረፈልኝም ስለዚህ I have hardly eaten anything almost no very little ማለት almost no ማለት ነው almost no ማለት የለም ለማለት የቀረበ ማለት ነው yes የለም ለማለት የቀረበ ነገር ምን ገልጽበት ነው hardly eaten anything ማለት I almost ate nothing ነው yes I almost ate nothing በቃ የለም ለማለት የቀረበ ነገር ነው because of that በዛ ምክንያት የተነሳ I feel tired ስለዚህ hardly anybody hardly anyone hardly anything hardly nobody has remains such kinds of meaning which is very little means almost no I went to a long journey and I feel thirsty I had hardly drank water I had hardly drank water mean ረጅም መንገድ ሄጃለሁ በጣም ደክሞኛል ውሃ ጠምቶኛል I had hardly drank water ብል almost አልጠጣውም ጥማቴን የሚያረካ ውሃ አልጠጣውም ማለት ነው I drank no water almost no water which I drink doesn't satisfy me ብጠጣ እንኳን ጠብታ ነች ያረካቺ ነገር አይደለችም ይሄን ትርጉም ይሰጠናል hardly drink anything ማለት right I have hardly studied English as a result my result is poor right I have hardly studied English ማለት almost I did not study English so my result is poor my result is not satisfactory right almost አላጠናውም ስለዚህ ውጤቴ ደካማ ነው have hardly studied English so the result is the grade that I score is very poor so I can just use hardly anything hardly anybody hardly anyone have such kind of meanings please but we cannot use hardly plus someone hardly plus something impossible to use hardly plus this one because hardly by itself is negative meaning with this negative indefinite pronouns but something and someone is positive so we cannot use hardly for someone meaningless I had hardly something I had hardly eaten something no meaning actually right no meaning actually so we cannot use so it's so completely forbidden hardly plus someone or something because the meaning that we get from this sentence is meaningless or incomplete meaning so that is hardly anyway this is the use of hardly ብዙዎቻችንን confusion ውስጥ የሚያስገቡን ነገሮች ናቸው እነዚህን አሁን በዚህ ምሳሌ መሰረት እየተለማመድን መሄድ ይቻላል the other one is hardly what's called hardly ever what does this mean almost never almost never ይቻላል እንደዚህ መጠቀም እንችላለን hardly ever መጠቀም እንችላለን አረፍተ ነገር ላይ hardly ever ስንል ምን ማለታችን ነው almost never ለማለት ነው yes almost never ለማለት ነው almost never ለምሳሌ yes I have hardly ever done the work ምን ማለት ነው yes I have hardly ever done the work yes almost never or almost not almost never or almost what almost not mean hardly ever I have hardly ever done the work means I haven't done the work ስራውን ጨርሻለሁ ማለት ነው I have hardly ever done the work ማለት never ማለት ነው yes በፍጹም አልጨረስኩትም ስራውን ማለት ነው ስራውን አልጨረስኩትም ማለት ነው I have hardly ever done the work mean she has ever look here she has ever she has ever studied hard Studied hard means she never studied hard. Yeah, almost she never studied hard. So the result is in question and black and white. So hardly ever is possible, but its implied meaning is almost never. It's almost never. These are the very confusion words, please. Yeah, the very confusion words. The very confusion words means which is well. So well is both an adverb only, and adjective form is good. So we use well for an adverb. She speaks well. She studies well. She dances well. She plays the piano well. An adverb. She's a good pianist. A good pianist. She is a good pianist. She is a good driver. She is a good actress. Good is called an adjective. Yes? Well, we use just well for participle words. Well dressed, well fashioned, well designed, well decorated. Yeah, possible. And the other, fast, hard, and late. These three confusing words. These three words are functioned as both an adjective and an adverb. He drives fast, an adverb. He is a fast driver, an adjective. An adjective. He speaks hard. He studies hard. He studies hard. She plays hard. He works hard, an adverb. She is a hard worker, an adjective. Hard speaker, an adjective. Hard dancer, an adjective. Late comer. Yes, late comer, an adjective. Right? Late comer. And belated, an adverb. An adverb. These lessons are the very important words which sometimes make us confusion, right? Which sometimes make us confusion. The other one is hardly, which means very little, which is different meaning with that of hard. It doesn't mean that the adverb forms of hard. Hard is, which is positive, and hardly is negative. So we use hardly for anybody, anything, anyone. Yes, unacceptable here. These are the lessons of the confusion words. So I want to make it clear and try to just make your own examples and identify the different uses of these confusion words. Yeah, and lastly, please just write comments how I run the lesson or the channel or the YouTube channel, or what things should be included under the lesson, or what things should be improved under my lesson, and what extra things, extra lessons you want to add just besides to the lesson I'm giving. አሁን እኔ በመሰጠው ሌሰን ላይ የሚጨመሩ ነገሮች ካሉ የሚቀነሱ ነገሮች ካሉ ማስተካከል የሚገባኝ ነገሮች ካሉ ከዛ በተረፈ አዳዲስ ነገሮች የሚታዩ ነገሮች ካሉ እነዚህን ኮሜንት ማድረጋችሁን እንዳትረሱ። ለዛሬው እዚህ ጋር እናቆማለን።